Welcome to your first of 6 Shape Up coaching lessons for squares. And mate, the information in this one video might just change your life completely. Each of your 6 Shape Up lessons will include a video or audio lesson like this one. Some materials you can download, and many of them have extra Shape Up subconscious audio recordings that you'll listen to here on the app for 1 week. If you do these as instructed, you'll be able to make some powerful changes in your self-confidence and your relationships. The audio recordings are important because they help you change the subconscious beliefs you have about yourself and your life, which will begin to change everything. This is true because neuroscientists tell us that 95% of your choices you make subconsciously. That means 95% of the time you're running on autopilot. You aren't really making decisions, you're just reacting to your life. And often this behaviour is not balanced, or you at your best. If we're going to really help you change some of your behaviour, we have to help you work on your subconscious thinking. We're going to make it easy though, because understanding your thinking, it's actually pretty simple. Every minute of every day, you're either functioning in one of 2 states. You're either balanced and loving, and you have good behaviour because you feel safe, calm and happy, or you're in an unbalanced, fearful state because you feel unsafe, stressed, mistreated, insulted or unhappy, and then your behaviour goes downhill, right? Understanding your 2 states is going to make good relationship behaviour really simple. It's simple because there's only 2 options. When there's lots and lots of options, making decisions is hard. When there's only 2, it's much easier. We're going to teach you how to recognise your 2 states and which is driving in each moment. And we're going to teach you how to get out of your unbalanced, fearful state where you might behave badly and back into your balanced, loving state, which is you at your best. Now, in order to help you become your best and create healthy relationships with everyone in your life, we're going to share with you a powerful secret of human behaviour that could totally change your life. Because it's going to make your bad behaviour and the bad behaviour of others finally make sense. Are you ready for it? Here it is. Most human behaviour and all of our bad relationship behaviour is driven by 2 simple core fears that everyone on the planet is battling to some degree every day. When you understand these 2 core fears, you're going to see human behaviour in a whole new light. You're going to finally understand yourself too. So here they are. The first core fear, the fear of failure, which is actually the fear of not being good enough. But you know this one already because you battle insecurities and fears of failing every day, and you've had this fear for a long time. We believe it started when you were just a small child. Everyone kept saying, no, don't do that. Don't be like that. Can't you just be more assertive or nice or quiet? Just be smarter. The message that came through loud and clear from the big people around you was, I need to be different than what I am, and I might not be good enough. Then you went to school. There you learned that everybody was different too. There were kids that were smarter, more athletic, better looking than you, so that fear of failure got bigger. As an adult, we wish we could say, hey, you've grown out of it. But you know what? It's grown with you, and some days it's the pits. And this fear of failure haunts your life. This thinking really costs you. It can cost you relationships and opportunities. It can hold you back in every area of your life. Now, almost everyone and everything you experience can trigger this fear of failure in you. And this unbalanced, fearful state in your behaviour, you become wobbly. In a fear state, you're focused on one thing, doing or getting anything it takes to quiet that fear. Now, sometimes validation, awards, a raise at work will be enough to quiet the fear. Sometimes it takes the interest from the opposite sex or shopping or buying something new to convince you that you're actually okay. Then the fear will shrink down. Problem is, it only lasts a little while until something else triggers you and that fear of failure, it's up again. And this is not the only fear that's in play in your life. There's actually another one. Now, the second core fear that everyone on the planet battles every day is the fear of loss. The fear that your life won't be good enough. Now, this fear shows up whenever your life is not the way you wanted it to be. Now, the truth is, life rarely meets your expectations, so it can happen a lot. Quite often, people disappoint you. They mistreat you. And when this happens, you feel really hard done by. Think about all the things in your life that you're afraid of losing or going wrong. A loved one might die. You could lose your job. You could lose money. You could be robbed. You could be stuck in traffic. You could be late for a big meeting. Your kids could destroy the house, put a hole in the wall. You could be audited by the government. You could break a leg. I mean, there's only about 1 billion things every day that could go wrong. So, this fear of loss, it can be huge. Now, for squares like you, the fear of loss can really dominate your attention at times, especially fear of loss around things not being done right. You squares, you have high standards around what you think right is. You can become opinionated in your unbalanced state. And when things don't go the way you want them to be, you can get bothered, even a little mean or cross. You might not show up very nice to your family, friends, and the other people around you. When you're in fear of loss, your worst behaviour will come out. And if you feel really mistreated, frustrated, or angry, you can become controlling. You might even carry on like a pork chop. When you feel taken from, you chuck a wobbly, you lose your temper. Now this is the problem. This fear-driven bad behaviour, it's not who you are. The real you is good and mature and kind. But this behaviour can only happen when you feel safe and unthreatened and out of your fear. Then you can show up as your best for yourself and for others. When you learn how to defeat your 2 core fears for yourself, and in the next 2 lessons we're going to show you how, you're going to have the skills and tools you need to create relationships that work. Now the good news is, learning to be your best, it's simple. The only thing you've lacked was knowledge, and once you know better, you can do better and you'll improve every relationship in your life. Don't miss the second Shape Up coaching lesson for Squares coming up next, where we'll give you the secret to beating your fear of failure and getting that bugger off your back for good. Lesson 2 will help you change your subconscious beliefs about yourself and your value and get rid of those insecurities and that anxiety that makes you honouring and controlling at times. The next lesson will really improve your self-esteem, which is the single greatest thing that you can do to improve your relationships. You can find this lesson in your portal now.